Hello Libra, I'm Claire Louise. Hi from BeHealing.com, and this is your January 2020 reading, your month ahead reading. If you would like a private reading with me, then there's a link up there to book in for one of those. I get all my readings out within 24 hours of you booking them. They're 3 pages long. You'll see at time of booking, you can click check boxes as to what you want the reading to be about, and so you can choose one or more for that. You can also choose some upgrades as well, and so you can add things on like an energy healing or double the length of it for less than double the price. So you can get some bargains at time of purchase if you would like to do that. And if you'd like a $5 voucher as well for off your first order, then visit behealing.com, sign up for my mailing list, and you'll get a $5 voucher for your first order, off your first order. So you're very welcome to use that for a reading. Right, Libra, what have you got going on in January 2020 generally? You've got physical action and love. So it's time to take action on your heart. What's in your heart, Libra? Now, this could be about any area of your life because your heart speaks to you about anything that it wants in your life. So whether it's a new relationship that it wants, or a better relationship that it wants, or a change in location, a change in lifestyle, more health, different work, whatever it is, your heart is always speaking to you. Or it could even be a thing that you want, a new thing that you want, a new material thing that you want. Your heart speaks in all kinds of ways. Now, if you've been struggling to listen to your heart, maybe you're thinking, I don't even know how to do that, I don't even know what you mean by that, then a good way to think about it is this. You've got a little version of yourself, like 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 6-year-old Claire living inside my heart. You've got a 5 or 6-year-old Libra living inside of your heart too. And they are kind of stunted at that age when they didn't feel loved. They kind of stay at that age. And because they didn't have their needs met, they weren't being listened to, they were being told no, that they can't have what they want. And they kind of stay at that age and stay locked in our hearts and live in our hearts. It's like that inner child you might have heard people talking about. And so if you talk to that little girl or little boy that's in your heart and ask it what it wants, it was going to start talking to you. And when I started doing this, little Claire, first of all, she wanted ice cream, she wanted toys, she wanted hugs, she wanted to be supported, she wanted to know that I was going to do the best for her and look after her properly. That was the biggest thing for me. She wanted to be looked after properly, and I wasn't looking after myself properly. And I actually cried when I did this exercise because little Claire, she was in tears. She's like, look after me. Stop neglecting me, look after me. And it was time to really step up and start being really loving toward myself, really looking after myself properly, stopping hanging out with people that weren't good for me, stopping having the alcohol that was making me feel bad, giving myself good, nutritious food, really looking after myself like you would that child, And your heart, the same, when you start asking it, is going to cry out to you what it really needs. It could be a teddy, it could be a hug that it needed, it might be some more fun that it needed, it might be friends, it could be all kinds of things, but it's going to sound like a little kid when you first start asking it. And then when you say yes to everything, imagine having a parent that just says yes and takes care of you. When you start giving yourself those things that your heart is asking for, even as childish as they are, that little child inside your heart is going to start trusting you and start growing up. And then it's going to start asking for more adult things once it starts growing up. It's like a part of our subconscious or something, a part of our hearts that hasn't grown, it hasn't evolved, and it remains really childish. And so when we start listening to asking our heart, doing what our heart wants, allowing ourselves to have what our heart wants, then it trusts us. It feels loved. It feels trusted. It feels like it trusts us. It feels like we can take care of it, and it tells us what it wants then. And so you can carry that process on. So this is what I'm talking about. It's time for you to take physical action, Libra, and loving yourself. So I'm not just talking about making it up. Like you might hear that, like love yourself more, or that means eating less and exercising more and all of that. It might mean that, but that's not listening to your heart. That's listening to society. That's listening to the TV. That's listening to people preaching. Like that's not what your heart is asking for. Your heart will be wanting very different things to feel loved. And then when it is feeling really loved, then it's going to be then it's eventually it's going to ask for those things, but it's going to come from a different place. As I said, for me, my little Claire, she was asking to not be neglected anymore, to be looked after properly. She wanted to be cared for by a parent that could be really trusted to do the best thing for her. And that was the key to it. So even though the exercise and the diet and the health things came from that, the foundation behind it was her being loved. And so it's really time to listen to your heart for you, Libra. Now, I know you're all about other people, aren't you? You're all about loving other people, and you're great at that. Now is the time to include yourself in that. Take physical action to love yourself in that way. It's going to change your life. Really, it's going to change your life. Because the bigger things that you want in your life, maybe you haven't realized the foundation to it, the relationship that you want, the work that you want, the foundation to it is loving yourself, because all of that stuff is going to come from it too. It's going to come from you loving yourself properly. Because anything else, if you try and build anything else, if you try and build a business doing stuff that you love, if you've not got that firm foundation of loving yourself and listening to your heart and actually taking on action on loving yourself, then you're not going to be coming from that integrated whole person place that you need to make really big things happen in your life. And really big things are coming here, I'm hearing, Libra, because 2020 is going to be a year of significant change, like external change. I've just been giving 2020 year ahead readings, personal readings, about 9, 10, 11, 12, some of them pages long. So it goes into detail month by month of your year ahead. If you want one of those, you can book in for one of those up there. But there's been a theme to them. It's all been for everyone. It's been about getting on the life path now. It's like no more messing around, no more wasting your time, no more waiting for some thing that you know is going to be in your life in the future, but thinking just leaving it in the future. This year is the year to take action on it, and you're all being led to that. And so, yeah, you have got big things coming, Libra, but you've got to lay these firm foundations and start listening to your heart, because that's going to be the key foundational thing behind it. And in January 2020, general energies are jealousy and I am that. It's not that you're jealous, you might be jealous sometimes, but if you do feel jealousy, that means that you are it. Whatever you're jealous of. So if you're jealous of someone that's got an amazing relationship, an amazing long-term relationship, and you look at them with their amazing partner and their happy family and all of that, and you're jealous about that because you don't have it, this is saying you are that. You have that potential. The same thing, you're attracting the same thing to yourself. You are going to have that. So you only ever feel jealous when you don't think that you can have it too. This is saying, if you're seeing it, you can have it too. So don't be jealous. Let jealous be your indicator that you are that, you can have that. When you see it in other people, that's part of the manifestation. It's you manifesting that energy into your life, and you manifest it in other people first. If this is like, say you're jealous of someone's business success and you've got your own business and you're moving toward that success, it's only the belief that you can't have it yourself that is causing that jealousy. And so let jealousy be your indicator that you are headed toward it. You can have it, you can do it yourself. It is for you too. You are that. You are that. Libra. Very firm foundational inner things going on for big things ahead. What about your love life in January 2020? Libra, you've got warmth and work. Now I'm feeling like for you, the love part of these readings is for you single Libras out there. It's too hard to include everyone in it and try and do a double reading. And so for you single Libras out there, this is saying that there is someone for you, but you've got to get on with your work. Have you ever seen those like pie charts of different aspects of your life? So you've got work, you've got like work career, you've got money, you've got relationships, you've got friendships, you've got family, you've got spirituality, health, all these different aspects of your life, and then you put like a score on there out of 10 for each of them, how you think you're doing in that respect. And then you can work on the one that's the lowest to balance yourself up, yeah? And this is saying, in the same way, you want a relationship, do you, Libra? If you want a relationship, and you haven't been focused on your work, this is saying you're a bit out of balance there, that you need to focus on your work more. So imagine this scenario, right? Imagine if I were not to work on my business, not be focused on my business because I'm single at the moment, because I really want a relationship first and then I'll do my business. But the man that's right for me has got a business, of course, he's an entrepreneur. It's going to be a match to me. It's going to be an entrepreneur, right? So if I'm not working on my business, if I'm not moving ahead with that, if I'm not fulfilling myself, then that relationship can't come in because I'm not a match to it yet. So I'm not actually being myself. And this, in a similar way, it's like you've got to warm to your work and don't separate aspects of your life out. Don't think that work has nothing to do with relationships, because your relationship could have everything to do with it. You might, in the same way, be waiting to meet that person, waiting for your success, waiting for your business success or your career success, or you to really get on track with your life purpose and your work before you will meet that person. So no amount of focusing on a relationship, on getting a relationship first, is going to make that happen, because your work is a foundation for it, right? Now, I'm feeling like this inner healing work that I was talking about before, this listening to your heart, is a big key part of that, because maybe Libra, Virgo, maybe Virgo, you've been focused on, no, Libra. Is it Libra? Yeah, Libra. Sorry, getting confused. Maybe you've been focused on getting that relationship that you want in order to feel secure, because you've felt insecure because you've not been listening to your heart. So that's like the little wounded child inside of your heart crying out for that love that it wants, for that parental love that it wants, and you're trying to get it in a romantic relationship. And this is like life saying to you, hang on, you've got to find that, you've got to start looking after yourself. You've got to be the parent to that little girl, little boy that's in your heart. Start looking after her or him properly and doing that for yourself. Then you won't be seeking a parent, someone to take care of you. You won't be needy in that way and trying to get things that shouldn't be found in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, from them. And in the same way in your work, it's like maybe you've been feeling insecure about your work, or insecure within yourself, feeling like you can't do it. And so you're wanting a partner to provide that security for you. So then you'll feel secure to move ahead with your business or your work. And it's like, it's the wrong way around. It's the wrong way around. Your heart is crying out for you to do this stuff, for you to look after yourself properly, for you to get on your life path, for you to get on with your life. Your spirit is saying you've got nothing lacking in you. You've got everything that you need within yourself. And when you realize that, and when you're living life from that complete point of view, that's when the relationship's going to come in. So, Libra, if you've been focused on relationships, yeah, don't do that. Also, in your love life, Libra, you've got to be vulnerable and romance. Now, this is for you Librans who like to be in control of relationships so that you don't feel vulnerable. It's for you that your process of doing that is by being around people that don't challenge you. In other words, people that are below your level. So imagine CEO always dating secretaries in their company because they daren't have a relationship with that CEO from another company in the building next door, because they scare you, because because you don't feel good enough, because you feel like like they might find you out, that you feel like you're not really good enough to be that in that CEO role anyway, and you're not feeling secure in it. So this is like that insecurity that I've already talked about, that you're feeling. Everyone has that in the heart. Everyone's insecure. Nobody ever feels insecure. There's always a next level, new devil. There's always a new level to reach. But when we're feeling vulnerable like that, what do? We try and stay in control so that we don't feel vulnerable. We go for the relationships that are below us. We stay in our comfort zone instead of going for someone that's going to be good for us, but they're going to challenge us. especially going to challenge those insecurities. So you need to raise your game. Raise your game, Libra. You need to go for the romance that challenges you. Like, I'm not talking about people that are bad for you. I'm not talking about red flags. I'm talking about those ones that are scary in a good way. What have you got going on in your work in January 2020, Libra? You've got joy and jealousy. In your work. Now, when you're doing what you love, this is what happens. When you start doing what you love, you haven't fully embodied that energy yet. You're not fully giving yourself permission. You just started it off. You've still got a bit of the old remnants of your old energy going on. You're not 100% secure about it. And that's where you get reflected back to you too. So jealous people going, who are you to do what you love? Or get a real job and just do that for free on the side. Or, there's all kinds of jealous reactions that you can get from other people. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you are, the more confident you are in yourself, the more that you know that you deserve to do what you absolutely love in your work, then you stop. Hardly anyone will react like that anymore. And when they do, it won't even bother you because you'll be really secure anyway. You won't be easily shaken off your path. And so I'm feeling, Libra, for a lot of you in the year 2020, you're moving into doing something that is not just much better for you, more fulfilling for you, but it's going to bring you a whole lot of joy. Like, it's going to be crazy good fun, really good fun, and that's going to come with its downsides, but the downsides aren't going to last. That's the message here. Those downsides aren't going to last, so you might just have to ride them out. So if you are actually stepping into this new job or new business that is so much fun, and you're getting those jealous reactions, no, that's not written in stone. That's not going to happen for the rest of your life. It will diminish as time goes on, as you get used to giving yourself permission to have a lot of fun in your work. Good things ahead. Good things ahead. What else in your work in January 2020, Libra? Oh, time alone, accept what is. Yeah, maybe that jealous energy is causing you to back off from other people. Like, you won't want to hang out with friends if they're just judging you about what you're doing. Nobody wants to do. No one wants to be around someone that's criticizing them or jealous of them. And so maybe that's causing you to want to be by yourself in your work or working by yourself. But I'm feeling it's more of a reaction to your work rather than this being about working by yourself. So if that's the case, you've got these jealous reactions going on around you, you use this time alone to accept what is. So accept that it's just their reaction to it. It's about them. It's about what they're not doing. They're not choosing joy in themselves. So that's why they're reacting to you. Because someone that is choosing joy in their work, I'm telling you, they're not going to look at you when you're choosing joy and say you shouldn't be doing that. They're not going to criticize you at all. They're going to say, good on you. They're going to really want to support you in that and doing that because they've got it for themselves too. So accept that it's just about where they're at. Accept yourself too. Remember, it's all about you giving yourself permission to do that joyful thing in your work and you feeling good about allowing that and really feeling confident in yourself about that. It's all about you and how you feel about it, really. What about your money, Libra? What have you got going on in your money? January 2020, is it true expansion? Oh, now I'm hearing for you, you've been asking, Libra, for more money and you haven't even noticed that you've got more money. Now, maybe you're not tracking your money. Maybe you don't write down the money that you've got coming in. But I'm hearing that it has expanded, but you're still telling yourself this story that it hasn't expanded. You're in that space of, I still need more, I still need more, I haven't got more, I haven't got more, when actually you've been attracting more. So it's really good practice to write down, to track things, to write down all the money that comes in. Write it down when it comes in, tally it all up, and you could even write a curve. You could even do like a graph of it each month and see it going up because it has been going up. And so if you're in that negative space about money, you've been asking for more money and you're telling yourself it hasn't happened, look back on the year. If you can go over your figures for the year, if you can go over your bank account and your finances and track it all and put it all into a graph or a spreadsheet or something, you're going to see that it did actually increase, that you got more money. And so you need to acknowledge that. Because if you're telling yourself a story that you didn't get more and you want more and it didn't happen, it's not even true. This is saying it's not even true. It did happen. So celebrate it. When you celebrate it and you feel good about it and you're grateful for it, it can get significantly greater. It's amazing, sometimes the stuff that we ask for has shown up and we don't even acknowledge it. It's a real shame when we don't do that. And we block the next manifestations coming to us when we don't do that. We've got to be in this attitude of gratitude and feeling positive and actually noticing when we have the good things. Allowing ourselves those dopamine hits, that's what it is. We've got to keep our mental health good. And if we're not celebrating things and acknowledging things when they actually come in, we're not going to have good mental health. We've got to allow ourselves to have those dopamine hits by focusing on the wins and being truthful and going, wow, a good thing just happened to me, acknowledging it. What else with your money? January 2020, you've got go for it again. Is this thought useful? This is about taking risks, financial risks, doing something with your money in a big way. So maybe you've just been ticking over, spending your money on your rent and the bills. You're wanting to start something new, maybe a new business, but you're not yet using your money to do that. You're not putting your money where your mouth is. You're not taking that risk. And the reason you're not taking that risk and going for it is because you've got negative thoughts about it. You don't feel ready yet. Well, I'll tell you what, nobody feels ready. You've just got to do it. You have just got to do it. And then the money flows from there. I didn't have a big pot of money when I started my business. I just started my business, and then as I needed more money to invest into it, that money showed up, or I earned that money and then invested it back into it and did that until it built up. And you need to do the same thing. So don't let your stories of lack stop you from going for it, from taking those financial risks, and putting your money in what it is, in that long-term vision, in what it is that you want. This is investing. This is investing in yourself. Maybe this isn't about starting a new business or something like that. Maybe it's about learning something, investing in yourself, getting a coach or getting a mentor or enrolling in some kind of training so that you can move toward what it is that you want to do. There's some kind of financial risk you need to take. And you've got to go for it. You're waiting for the universe to make the first move. You're waiting for the wrong person to make the first move, because go and look in a mirror. That's the person that needs to make the first move. You are the creative spirit in your life, not the universe. Don't wait for the universe to do it, because the universe isn't the creator. You are. You're that creative spirit. You give the universe direction. You're that powerful. You're that powerful, Libra. There you go. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Share this with your friends. Have an amazing month. Happy New Year. And I'll see you next time. Bye.